This content is for informational purposes only. You should not construe any such information or other material as legal, tax, investment, financial, or other advice. Nothing contained on here constitutes a solicitation, recommendation, endorsement, or offer by Draper Goren Holm or any third-party service provider to buy or sell any securities or other financial instruments whatsoever.
Good morning, friends. Good morning to you too, meticulous magpie. Boom. Welcome to Blockchain and Booze number 119. Sorry, Brian, I'm actually here. Brian was very excited that Punk Ape Strong was hosting tonight instead of me. But you know, that's how it goes sometimes. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I think this is the too long version. I'm going to try to play this anyway. In case anybody ever missed this, this is totally an ADD sidetrack.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and this is to Punk Ape Strong. Punk Ape Strong. And I want to congratulate you very sincerely. It's exciting news. You made it to the cover of Boring Stone magazine. Boring Stone. You're the man of the year, as a matter. You're the man of the decade. You are the man of the century for Boring Stone. And now you play guitar, and what did the guitar say to the guitar player? Stop picking on me. But it's not that good. Anyway, you're a washed-up old punk. You're into punk music. Oh, how cute. And so old-fashioned. And now, but Boring Stone sucks. Punk rock sucks. Apes suck. And most importantly, you suck. Punk Ape Strong.
There's R.I.P. Gilbert Gottfried. One of your best pieces of content ever. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I thought that when I was playing that, it was the last 10 seconds where he just says, Punk Ape Strong sucks, you suck, punk rock sucks, whatever. So I apologize. Yes.
He really changes his tone. At first he was nice.
Welcome everyone to Blockchain and Booze number 119. If you're on YouTube in one of the places, go to meet.blockchainbooze.io because there's you come hang out with the community, and then when we're done, you'll be able to turn on your camera. You can throw questions in the QA and all that fun stuff. But I'm stoked today. We've got two of my friends on with us. We've got an OG in the NFT space, Danielle, aka NFT Ignition, and Mr. Suit, aka Mr. MetaMask, aka Matt. And I put this together partly because of you guys know Mr. Suit from Midpoint, you know Danielle from Fame Lady Squad, but Mr. Suit put together with the Midpoint team something called the Web3 Register that kind of is a really cool tool that I want to show everyone in a minute. But before we go, for anyone who doesn't know you yet, why don't you, Danielle, quickly give us your background and tell everyone what's up.
Yeah. So I've been in the NFT space since 2020. I've been involved in almost 30 projects, most notably Fame Lady Squad. I was actually part of a community takeover for the project that happened after we found out that the original team was lying about their identities. and pretty much since have just used that as a space to create more educational resources for women to enter the space.
Nice. Yeah. And I know that we're going to have you back when you relaunch your beginner's guide to NFTs and crypto site, because Danielle had a really cool site up for a while that just had a bunch of really awesome educational content helping people kind of get started. And we were just talking about that before we went live. So we're definitely going to have it. Those of you who don't know, we kind of got to watch the Fame Lady Squad saga live on Blockchain and Booze. But if you didn't watch those episodes, try to look back. It's pretty awesome. But if you don't know what happened, we might have to do some kind of recap of that later tonight or at some point, because if you don't know that, that's one of the best stories in the NFT space in terms of just the craziness of like a crypto rug pull, but it kind of turning into something cool live while we were all kind of hanging out and watching it. It was pretty awesome. Matt, why don't you give everyone your background and just a quick little what Midpoint is and what you're working on?
Yeah, so I've been in crypto since like 2017. Started in NFTs around the same time Danielle did in 2020. Yeah. Started collecting, and then created a site called Free Use Apes, which before Bored Ape Yacht Club got big, it was to let people allow like artists, creatives, free use of their apes. But as apes blew up, that kind of evolved into Midpoint, which is a NFT IP licensing marketplace where you can sign up NFTs like Fame Lady Squad, Bored Ape Yacht Club, a couple other collections that give full IP rights to the owners, and you're able to express your interest, and companies and brands can kind of like basically make you offers. So yeah, exactly like Fame Lady. Like
I was while you were talking, I was gonna put up some of the apes you could license on there, like Punk Ape Strong, but I didn't want to cover Danielle's face, so I adjusted the screen
okay.
and I just covered yours. Oh, wait, here, I can do this. Cover my face with them. So yeah, so here's Bored Becky, Frankie Fame. We got Punk Ape Strong, Jason the Ape. I don't know if we have Bored Shinoda officially on there, but I should DM him and try to get him on there. Jorday Playal, he's a good one. Oh, here's Rockstar. He's listed on Midpoint. Clape Moro. They all got good names. Keep going. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, so that's kind of what we've been working on, and then we kind of come up with the Web3 register that Alon mentioned earlier. Giving a little, it's not released yet, but you guys will get a little sneak peek.
So the idea was that like while we're doing research for Midpoint and hanging out, we were constantly having this conversation or constantly sharing with each other, and totally stoked every time like a big brand did something in the space, right? Like when Arizona Iced Tea bought an ape, and or when different 1-800-Flowers did a Mother's Day NFT and things like that, we would share it with each other and be stoked that something's happening. So I know that so many of you are stoked, right? Like I see Dan and Sailor Gary in here, right? Like when we found out that Sailor Gary was going to be the master distiller at Nifty Spirits, we were totally stoked, right? And so we wanted to kind of create this space where every major brand that is utilizing NFTs and stuff we would kind of use a little, we would put it on this website and then allow people to start adding it. So we can, instead of constantly having to do the research, we'd have it all in one place. Let me see if I can share it really quick.
Because like one of the biggest issues we found was like, we tried looking things up. Like you hear about like Nike buying Artifact or like Puma buying an ENS, but there was no one good source of truth that you could find all these things in one place that would be easy and free to share. Yeah,
so we figured we would make it mostly Mark.
Yeah.
Mark on the
Shout out to
Midpoint
Mark.
team put it all together. He killed it. And what's cool is it's at the web3register.xyz. I'm gonna share it in the chat. I think I can actually share it everywhere else too. Let me see if I can do that while I'm here. So if you're in the comments on YouTube and Facebook, you should be able to see it there too. But here Mark is in the chat.
He is.
So quick, start talking shit.
I
Yeah,
don't know
point
if
all
he's
bugs
old
to
enough
Mark.
to talk shit.
Mark fucking
Sorry,
killed
Mark.
it. So
Yeah.
I think it doesn't look quite as clean because I'm like compressing it here. Here, I'll widen it. But what you see here is there's sort of a company list that's utilizing Web3, and then details about individual projects too, right? So, but like, how cool is it, that Acura decided to do something in Decentraland, Adidas did something in Sandbox, Arizona Iced Tea, all these things. So go check that out. And then if there's any that are missing, share it with us. But maybe even more importantly, after you do this research and check it out, feel free to go onto Midpoint's site also and give it some love. I can't.
Mark also wanted me to say there's a submission option too. So if you find
Yes.
projects, companies that buy ENS names or buy NFTs, you can submit at the top right. I think it's
There you
covered
go.
by the DGH logo, but-
When I clicked on it, you don't see the tab, but the DGH logo is blocking me.
Yeah, there's a button up there, but you
Those
can submit your
assholes at
own, and
DGH.
we'll review and add it.
Just don't know how to. Hold on, watch this. I think I can do. No, it's still blocking it.
You can see the
Hold
wall
on.
red.
You see the edge of it.
Hold on. Where do I turn off that logo? There it is. Boom. Submit an entry. So when you submit an entry at the top right corner, you can add stuff to it, and you should do that so that we can all see what you're doing. What I was about to do is then it wouldn't let me share a different tab. So I'll go back to here. And there's the Midpoint site. So give Midpoint some love. If you haven't added your NFT yet, you should add your World of Women. You should add your Bored Ape.
That's a lot of ladies I see on there.
Oh, there's a lot of
We got
ladies.
a lot of ladies on there.
There's a lot of ladies, which is awesome. Oh, here they are. So, and look no further than Frankie Fame right here. Fame Lady Squad number 4325. If you're looking to license a Fame Lady, that's probably the one you absolutely have to license. But I think that's cool. So, before we change the subject, jump into other stuff, I would like to get your guys' opinion on what your favorite major brand participating in the space is. Like, I really love the idea that I'm going to get that ugly ass yellow green Adidas jumpsuit. I ordered two because I got two, and I actually ordered them to Yoni's house because I'm not sure I'll ever wear it, but if I do, I'll wear it with Yoni. So, those that don't know Yoni, my cousin who I grew up with, he lives in New York, and he's one of the founders of Midpoint also. He's a product guy early in the crypto space, and I would borrow those jumpsuits from him growing up when it was cool to look like a Beastie Boy. So, yeah, I don't know.
I see a photo shoot in your future.
That's right. I don't know, Danielle, what's sort of been your favorite, big brand or big collaboration between companies, NFT groups, things like that in the space? I know you guys did some cool stuff with like the Fierce Studios. That's pretty awesome, but maybe like a big brand.
Honestly, I think I'm really picky when it comes to big brands entering the space, and I tend to maybe look at it as more of like from the cash grab angle and like what utility are they actually adding for people. And sadly, I think a lot of them haven't done much, or it's more of like they sell the product to you and then they're done. And that's really what they're used to doing. Like they're not used to there being more to it after that. Adidas is a good example of one where they actually are giving you something, and they did link up with people that are from the space and work with them for a while and make sure that the pieces were unique to
and
people in the space. So I would say that I would agree that the Adidas is probably the best.
I like that stuff worked too. Like when you ordered the jumpsuits, it like burnt the NFT, issued you a new NFT, and like it worked seamlessly. Like we're so used to everything breaking, and like mints being.
Well, they had problems with their mint, so it hasn't always been perfect, but but they've done pretty well. I just like that they went to people from the space first and worked with them for a while to understand really what they were doing before they just jumped in headfirst and tried to sell us something.
Yeah. It wasn't like Arizona iced tea was cool because that was new, but they like threw the logo on. It was clearly a cash grabby kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember in the ICO days? I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a company called like Long Island Iced Tea or something like that. It was like this tiny public company that really didn't do anything, and they literally just changed their name to like long Bitcoin iced tea or something, or long blockchain iced tea. And they got a lot of trouble because they had nothing to do with blockchain or anything. They just put blockchain in their public company name just to see if their stock price would go up. And it did.
Of course.
Oh yeah, like a whole bunch of companies started doing that.
Something with iced tea apparently. Really. But I don't know, Matt, Mr. Suit, what's been your favorite thing?
The Adidas thing I'm salty about because I have the 2 NFTs and I missed the deadline to burn. So I just have 2 of the original ones and I just don't know what to do with them. But I know there's like a thing I can do. I just have
I've done that so many times with random stuff, but with Adidas, that's a bigger thing.
I missed it by like
I sold
5
mine.
hours.
I sold mine. I didn't want to be wearing the same yellow jumpsuit as everybody else.
I'm actually like, I've gotten to the point where I like to have the merch shirts and stuff, but I like to wear them maybe to a crypto conference and on blockchain and booze. But I feel weird wearing them other places. I don't know why. It's just not for me. I'm already the weird crypto dude everyone makes fun of.
I already have bins and bins of merch that I've never worn because I just make my own. Like it never gets. It's all still in plastic, which is a good thing, I suppose, if it has any value.
Yeah, David Rankin, what's your ape's name? Dr. Rankin or whatever. He said that the Sacramento Kings gave out game tickets with an NFT. Actually, one of the first NFTs that I heard a mainstream sort of brand use was the Dodgers did like their bobblehead NFT thing crazy early. This was like multiple years ago. Dr. Enkin, sorry. Dr. Enkin is his ape. Do we know anyone that has the Dodgers NFT? That's probably a pretty early historic one.
Do we have that on the Web3 registry?
I don't know. That's one I forgot about when we were.
You need to add it. Submit it.
Yes, make that.
Add it to the Web3 register. Somebody submit it quick. And the Sacramento Kings.
Matt, you still didn't tell us what your favorite collab actually was. I'm sorry, that might have been my fault because I cut you off.
So I'm not like a huge fan of Gucci, like as a company. Like I don't care, but the fact that they did the same thing as Adidas, where they like really kind of like entered the space, collaborated with 10KTF to like really commit, like with the Gucci Grail. I don't know what else is coming, but I feel like the collaboration with existing communities is kind of where it's at, where it's makes it more clear that it's not a cash grab and that they're in it for the long haul. So like companies that really show that they're committed are kind of.
What did you think of the art for the Gucci?
Oh, it was terrible. Okay. Or at least mine, Mr. Suit. I did one for Mr. Suit, and it looks horrible. It's just terrible. But you could still use it in their like in the battles and stuff, which is cool.
See, the art doesn't matter, folks. It's still his favorite collaboration.
I thought you were doing it for the art, bro.
Yeah, some of it. I do like art. Some art.
No, you know that really drives me nuts sometimes too. It's like when you know, certain NFTs are really cool, or certain people in the space are doing cool things, and then the art feels like they either mailed it in or they're just like they don't have. I don't know. But the thing is, some people look at the apes or something like that and think the art sucks, and then some people look at it and think it's awesome. It is very subjective, but sometimes it's pretty objectively, you know,
It's bad all around.
Yeah.
Or at least you can tell they put effort
But
into
mine
it.
didn't.
No,
I didn't like any of them.
I need to see it now. You gotta share it somehow.
Yeah. Let me send it to you.
Okay,
It's
or,
awful.
yeah, send it or do the in the
It's just
bottom
like
of.
they fit weird. Like they're all trapped in these like outfits.
I gotta see.
They
it.
look uncomfortable, is what it is.
Try to do a share.
Yes, exactly. They look uncomfortable.
Try to do a share on the bottom of StreamYard, and I can bring it up on the screen. You click on share and then share screen. You could open up a tab if you want.
Yeah, I just sent it.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, Matt, you know, you only wear name brands and things like Gucci, right? Oh, you sent it. Okay.
It's pretty bad, right?
Hold on, I'm gonna share this so everyone else can see it. Share screen, Chrome tab, Gucci grill.
I was expecting so much.
This is what big brands think we want.
He looks so
suit in his.
I think
Gucci.
the red ones are worse. Yours is actually not as bad as the red ones.
Yeah, the red ones.
Is this supposed to be like for riding horses or something?
Like polo? Yeah.
I mean, it would work for that.
That's really funny. It's
he looks very uncomfortable. Like you can't even barely see through it.
Also with your eyes like being watery eyes.
The sad eyes.
The sad eyes. It's pretty funny. That's pretty great. But that's what's funny too, is, you know, like they've got to try to make it fit everybody and everything, and Gucci has their style and their brand and their thing, and like, you know, there's a certain, like I talked to somebody today, and it's like you realize that a certain percentage of NFT people are like sneakerheads, like guys who collect like, you know, old school Air Jordans and whatever. You know, I don't know anything about sneakers, so that's about as cool as I could think of a sneaker. But like there's people who really are super into it. And it's like, you know, and then the other half of us are like, and I'm talking about myself, are super computer nerds that have no style whatsoever, don't know how to match their own clothing. And then we're looking at Gucci going like, I don't know. Because people pay thousands of dollars for Gucci shirts or whatever, right? There's people who pay like hundreds of dollars for Gucci like sandals. So what the fuck do I know?
Well, it's like I guess for some people it's like status, but it's the same with NFTs too. That it's like, okay, well, what NFT do you have? And then it's like a weird flex, I guess. Yeah,
no, I mean, but a big part of, for some people, having an ape is a flex too, right? Like getting the Apple Watch and having it on your wrist, or getting the that's a collaboration. Who did that?
Was it? I forgot which brand it was, but they look really cool.
Tag or some. Let me look at the Web3 register. I'll find it eventually. Which watch company did the collab where you can order your ape on a watch?
Or you could verify it.
Oh, you verify it?
It does like a
change it?
Yeah, so it does like a special like check, like a little like border or something that's like Twitter, where it's like a verified NFT.
Oh, gotcha. There's been a few watches actually, now that I'm going through here. But anyway, yeah, I think that one was Tag, right? I might be wrong. Anyway, somebody will. Yeah, now Mark is making fun of us for sounding super old in the. Thanks. I'm pretty sure you're like our age, dude. So. Okay, so.
It doesn't mean we're not old.
That's true.
Still old.
But old school. Right? Old school.
I'll take it.
Old school. All right. So, guys, I want to, I'd like to get your opinion, Danielle, on NFT IP, right?
Mhm.
Hey, Mark, I missed your birthday. It was Mark's birthday yesterday. Holy
Wait,
crap.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I said
shit.
he just said in the chat. Happy birthday, Mark.
Happy
Way to
birthday.
wait until it's not your birthday anymore to say something.
He
Yeah.
wants us to feel bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's right. No, he did tell us. Oh, I feel terrible.
Oh, that's even
Now
worse.
we're going to have a midpoint party tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll bring the drinks. Okay. But
IP.
Danielle, here's where I was going is IP.
Mm-hmm.
So, clearly you're a big fan of utilizing IP because your shirt has some Fame Lady Squad on it and your face on it, and you're good at utilizing IP that you own. But how do you feel about, it's kind of a loaded question because I know that Fame Lady Squad lets everyone own their IP and stuff. But how do you feel about that sort of movement and everyone getting to own the IP of their NFTs and stuff, right? Because I know we've done some fun Fame Lady Squad collabs, like the necklaces and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you feel about it? Where do you think it's going?
I think it's a lot more complicated than people think it is, the whole issue of IP and whether or not these projects are giving you something that they've secured themselves firsthand and in all of the areas that it's being used, like geographically. But that aside, IP is only has value if the project has value. It only has value if it's something that people want to show off, and it's hard to get to that point, and until you're at that point, the IP really means nothing. And on top of that, you also have to kind of empower your community on how to use it and ways to use it legally, and otherwise you're just kind of saying here's your IP and hoping that they do something with it, because it does add value back to the project. Like if we have a bunch of holders that use their Fame Ladies and add a lot of value to the Fame Lady name, that benefits us as well. So it should be something where we're helping educate them on how to use it.
Yeah, I'm with you. We were actually just really quickly, Hexican asked if there's another chat. Yeah, go to meet.blockchainbooze.io if you're in any of the streams, because then you can hang out with the community and you can ask questions in the QA, and I'll make sure. That's where I watch. I don't usually watch these comments as much as I watch the ones back there. So I'm looking at those two chats. But yeah, I think educating people is something we talked about a lot with Midpoint, like educating people on how to utilize it, what to do, what a contract might look like, and all that fun stuff. But, I think it's also something that we talked about today that kind of was a sidebar when we were chatting with the Midpoint crew today. I think Mark or Yoni said something about like if another Bored Ape does a collab with a weed company, like it's just so like, for lack of a better term, it's super boring and there's too much of it. Like, do you think it's part of the job of the community to kind of like police each other and watch them and try to lift the value up, like do different things, do special things, not just like, okay, another weed company throwing an ape on there or something, or do something a little more, right?
And that just brings up the whole idea of like people could put their ape on anything, even negative, like really negative, hurtful, hateful type of things, and put those out there. And there's really nothing anybody can do about it if that person owns that IP. And what can the community do about it? They can avoid it. They can not buy that thing, but like, if that person legally owns that IP, they can do whatever they want with it.
Yeah. I mean, if Walt Disney wanted to throw Mickey Mouse on, something horrible, then that's his prerogative, right? But at the same time, it would be up to everyone else to to kind of shoot it down. And I'll be clear, I'm not against weed things, but it's like, let's do something a little more original. Let's do something fun. And by the way, if you're going to, let me just remind you to head over to Midpoint Market and have a chat with my good friend Jason the Ape, because if you're going to have an ape on a cannabis related product and it's not Jason, you totally missed out. I don't know, Matt, do you think, the community should be more involved? Like, I feel like, do you think, and then how do you define community, I guess, right? Because I don't like to hang out in the Discords anymore. It's really like just a massive shit show. So like, am I really a part of the community? Because I'm just like posting random shit on Twitter in my own little bubble.
I think so. I think like when you run into like, if you see someone else sporting whatever NFT collection you're a part of, like, at least for me, like I reach out and I'm like, oh, hey, like we have an immediate like connection and immediate like common interest. And anytime like you promote, like anytime you tweet or message about like whatever community you're in, like it kind of, like Danielle was saying, like if it's a positive thing, it raises the entire community up. So whenever an NFT collection succeeds, or one person in the NFT collection succeeds, it kind of like everyone kind of gets lifted up, which I think is a really cool thing. So it's like, even though it's almost community owned, even if the collection itself isn't. For example, like Bored Apes, like Yuga Labs owns the rights to Bored Apes and the name and the brand. But like whenever an ape succeeds and licenses their stuff or is featured somewhere or is painted on a building, it kind of helps the entire community and brings up the entire community.
Totally, yeah. Like when I went to Lion's Milk in Brooklyn, and they threw our apes on the wall and stuff like that, I was totally stoked. By the way, look for that. I'll share it on Twitter again at some point. But they threw like all of the Reaper full body guys up on the thing. Like they threw up Bored Becky holding her guitar and one of the Punk Ape Strongs and all that. And it was really fucking cool. And actually you can visit Punk Ape Strong there. The life-size Punk Ape Strong is hanging out there in Brooklyn. But it was really cool. Yoni and I walked down the street afterwards, headed over to get some pizza, and that big wall in Brooklyn that everybody posts on Twitter with the apes on the wall, all the different other NFTs. Like it's so fucking cool, and it makes you so stoked to see that stuff. And I think it's really important. David said it's important to protect. If people are profiting from it, send a cease and desist or DMCA. That's something we should maybe put on Midpoint, Matt, is kind of create like a one-click generic DMCA notice for people so that if their ape is used somewhere or apes are used somewhere, we can all kind of just click one time, like put in your ape ID and your name and just create that. Because David in the chat, David Rankin, if you guys don't know him, we were actually looking at that the other day. We should connect with David about that. I got a few questions already in the chat. So anybody who wants to ask questions in the chat, they're both actually for Mr. Suit, and they're really important questions. The first one was, are you drinking Welch's grape juice right now?
I bet that was from Mark. No.
It's anonymous, so it probably is.
Yeah. It's coffee whiskey, I think, and
Ooh, I thought it was wine or something. That's strong.
No. Yeah,
that's some
coffee
good stuff. And then the second, almost equally as important question is, why are you currently naked on Twitter?
Oh,
You took off your ape took off his suit.
So this is actually super embarrassing. I have had my ape in a hot wallet since mint and have never moved it.
Dang.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So that's why you still haven't moved it?
No, so I moved it.
Okay.
But then when I moved it, yeah, I know, right? So then I moved it.
I was about to just DM you while we're in the stream.
Be like, please. For the love of God,
I will help you. Please don't. That's so scary.
So yeah, so I moved it and I lost my verification, my little hex on Twitter.
Oh.
And so I was like, well, now that it could be anything. I was like, everyone always puts a suit on. So I was like, I'm going to take my suit off.
Nice.
And it's a bear market. So I was like, okay,
So
I'll go bare naked.
Did you buy a new ape, or is that one of your ones you bought originally?
No, it's just my own derivative of my ape.
Oh, okay. So you created.
I just took the suit off.
Nice. Okay.
There's no other ape like it, so I didn't infringe.
Nice. I like that you looked that up. That's pretty cool. When everyone was suiting up for Christie's, I made myself a cheap knockoff version of the tuxedo T-shirt for my ape, because Punk Ape Strong can't wear a real suit. That would be off-brand. So he wore a fake one. But that's pretty awesome. So, but I know you may or may not have more than one ape. So I thought for a second, like, what a crazy ass coincidence if you have
that would be
the naked version and the suit version of the same guy. That would have been crazy.
I would have loved that, but no, sadly.
I was just looking to see if there were any apes that had the same fur color, the scumbag glasses, and the leather jacket, the Punk leather jacket instead of the striped shirt, because that's the one trait that I wish that Punk Ape Strong had, was the leather jacket. But it's like, like 125 ETH right now, and that's a lot of ETH. I don't know. I'm not that crazy yet.
I mean, pretty soon that could be not that much.
I mean, when it's not that much, I'm all in. I did have a weird. I never really think about crypto prices. It's really like a weird. Maybe it's a weird disconnect I have where I really don't pay attention. Like, I pay attention, it's like part of work, but it never like bothers me that much if ETH goes down or up or whatever. Yeah. I don't know why. It's probably not a healthy thing that I don't care that much. Maybe it's more healthy. I'm not sure. But I did have an uncharacteristically weird like dream where I woke up the other morning and I was like, is ETH $300? Like, in my dream, ETH went down to $300. And I was like, I need to buy more ETH. Like, I woke up like frantic, and then I looked at it, it's like, nah, it's still $1,100. It was weird. It was.
I would love to see ETH at $300 right now.
Imagine, I mean, when ETH was $300, we thought it was crazy that it was $300. And then it went up and up and up, and
like 1,000.
When I first got ETH, it was like 380, and then I saw it go down to 280 after a while, and I was like, "Oh, I missed the boat. This is what I should have bought."
My son did something back in the day, poopoo.eth, and a community member, this awesome dude, bought an auction that he did. And he ended up buying the auction, and he won it at 2.2 ETH or something like that. And it was still under $1,000, but it was crazy. I remember telling my son, like, you just made $800 or something like that. Like, that's insane, dude. And now,
what did he spend it on?
If I would have let him, he would have spent it on Robux, but I did not let him. Basically, it's in his savings account. Anything he's ever earned. I may have borrowed in times when I needed to mint something or whatever, but he always gets paid back with interest. So he's lucky every time I've done that, because he's gotten some ape coin because of that and some stuff. But he got his ENS early too. So every airdrop and whatever, he wins. I mean, he's killing it. And my daughter sold a bunch of NFTs on Tezos, so they're just killing it together. She's got some stuff in the works for Frankie Fame, by the way. So be on the lookout, everyone. Hey, anyone who has questions for Matt and Danielle, feel free to throw them in the Q&A. No, I'm sorry, John. ETH isn't at $4,500 anymore. Sorry to break it to you.
It's just going to be a really tough Thanksgiving for the people that shilled ETH to their families last year on Thanksgiving. I just keep thinking about all those people, because I remember it happening where everyone's like, "Oh, I finally got my family to buy ETH."
I got
to 10,000 by end of year.
So one year, right at basically like the top at the time of Bitcoin, if the 2017, 18 times, it was for Christmas and Hanukkah. I bought everyone $20 worth of Bitcoin. It was like $17,000 or $20,000 at the time, somewhere around there. And I wrote down everybody's private key on, I actually like printed paper wallets, but I thought it was funny to write down the private key on slips of construction paper and just fold it and throw it in the card. And it took like all night for people to figure it out. And at the time, my nephew, who was, like 13, 14 years old, screamed across the house, "It's Bitcoin." He was like the guy who figured it out. But they all kept that $20 worth of Bitcoin, and it went to, like $50 at some point. Now it's back down to $20 or so. But it's they've gone the full cycle of roller coaster of thinking I'm both a genius and an idiot.
But it's not so bad because you gave it to them, right? So it would be different if
They
you
got
were
it
like,
free.
Yeah, if they bought it. I was, for a while, I had a family member who probably thought I was the biggest asshole in the world because they thought about buying crypto on their credit card. And I said, absolutely not. And it was basically the bottom. It was at Bitcoin, like 4,000.
But if they wanted it that bad, they could have figured out how to buy it another way within a month or so of that, right?
Probably, but instant gratification, credit cards. I don't know. They could have sold it, paid off their credit card like a month later, and still had more to go. So maybe I'm just an idiot. I also told nobody to buy Doge pre the first big Doge pump because I was like, that shit happens every few months. You guys are stupid. Don't buy Doge. And then that's what happens. So it is what it is. So Danielle, do you have?
So just don't take financial advice from you, is what you're saying.
I'm saying just don't spend money that you can't lose and have fun and smile a lot, and you'll be very happy with the crypto space. And the more you participate, the more you're going to win long term. As long as you keep participating, keep doing stuff. Because, like we all got the Looks Rare airdrop, we got the ENS airdrop, we get all sorts of random shit. And I basically look every time I get an airdrop, I'll sell a few bucks worth and put more ETH in the savings account. And then I'll gamble with some if it's a project that like is legit. Like if it's like looks rare in my main wallet, I never sold it. I staked it and it's still staked there and sitting there because I feel like they're starting a company, they're doing something legit. I'm just going to let it go. I'm not going to dump on a bunch of entrepreneurs, basically, like let them do their thing. But when it's like some stupid random crap, I'm happy to get more ETH and just kind of play with it, mint NFTs and goof around. And when people are cool, like today, I'm not involved with them. I don't even know them other than they were really nice to me on Twitter. There's something called like Bigfoot something on Tezos, like a Bigfoot mafia club or something like that. And they were super nice to me on Twitter. So I minted 20 Bigfoots, big feet, because they were super cool and nice. And you know what? Who knows what'll happen? But I'm stoked because the Tezos community, especially so many of them in the NFT space, I'm friends with and I love them, and it's super fun. Oh shit! Spirit Punks, Doge Vodka. Wait, Dan, can you give me the update? Are we minting yet? I don't think it was minting the last time I clicked.
I minted one.
Oh, it minted? It started minting? Oh, shnikes. Full disclosure, I am an investor in that one. So I am very biased with my love to these guys. Now, oh shit. Okay, heck yeah.
What project is this?
Spirit Punks. It's Sailor Gary's project.
Is that the website, Spirit Punks?
Spiritpunks.io. This is our private chat, and I'll share it here for everyone publicly. I didn't. Yeah, John, why didn't you text me? How dare you? Yes, Kevin is the Tezos king. Now we're okay. I won't. I'm not gonna mint live while I'm on here, but I will right after this. I'm so stoked. So everyone who follows and knows John is Sailor Gary and has here's Sailor Gary. I got Sailor Gary, but I don't have a This was like the pirate Sailor Gary from Boring Stone. But the premium vodka is them. So the story behind them, really quickly, is that John and Dan and Mike have a world-class, like critically acclaimed vodka distillery, craft vodka distillery up in Northern California. And they're a bunch of crypto blockchain nerds like us. And they decided to make meme-inspired alcohols. So one of the first ones is Doge vodka. They have GM, GN, gin. And there's going to be a bunch more and some interesting things. So when you buy the Spirit Punks pass and get the see, I said I'm not going to mint it while I'm on here, but I'm like clicking.
But here you are.
I'm clicking on all sorts of approvals like a total idiot right now, because that's the degen in me. It's like, I can't wait 5 minutes. And I can't talk at the same time. But USA Today Vodka Distillery of the Year, Craft Vodka Distillery of the Year. So it's like legit, really, really high quality, good stuff. It's not like we were talking about. This isn't like, some random crappy vodka, like big major brand that's like, let's throw an ape on our label and make money off these people. These are like legit good stuff. So
it was really good. He gave me a bottle in New York, not recently, but last year.
Yeah.
And unfortunately I couldn't take it home with me, but I drank what I
could. I don't remember if we did it live on screen, but right before we went live and then right after we went live, when we did the first live blockchain booze, the one that Tim Draper was on at the Draper Venture Network thing, everyone that was on the screen did a shot of premium vodka.
Nice.
And it was pretty funny. And they're partnered with the ASPCA. We've had them on the show, and money's going to charity. It's really, really awesome. So I'm super excited on it. Sorry, reading all this craziness. But what I was about to ask Danielle before we got on like the 15-minute diversion was, are there any cool Fame Lady Squad updates or any projects you're involved in that we should know about, that we should be shilling and talking about?
So I have to say our biggest update I can't talk about right now. But we
when are we going to be able to talk about it, and are we going to do it live on Blockchain and Booze?
Hopefully before our 1-year anniversary of the takeover, which for those of you who don't know, the 1-year anniversary of the project is actually the 12th of this month, and we'll have some stuff for that. But next month is the 1-year anniversary of like when we took over the project, and we have a lot of stuff planned for that. And we're hoping to also have a huge announcement coming at that point, like bigger than any collab.
When is that? About a month later?
Yep, about a month from now.
August or so.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't remember the exact date. It was the beginning, at the beginning.
Okay, so let's make sure we have you guys back. We'll get Board Becky also and get Data on. I haven't had Data on with both of you guys at the same time, so it would be fun to get the whole crew. Plus, there's Winks and a bunch of others that are part of the crew now. So maybe we do. I will say though, like,
out of the things that we can talk about, like if you haven't looked into the Alethea stuff, we've been working with them for a while.
That's the AI thing, right?
Yeah, it's really cool. When we were in New York, we had a party with them where we had a back room where we could go in and talk to some of the Fame ladies. Kara, our director of partnerships, she has one that she's been talking to for weeks. Like she talked to it 150 times in 1 week, and she's like, she taught it to not be rude and to like all these different things. Like she's giving it a personality, and just like watching other people talk to it. She was having all these like proud mom moments. It was so funny to watch, but it's really cool to have, like personalities to your NFTs and ones that you can over time adapt.
Yeah. So those of you who haven't seen it, you see the Fame Lady Squad faces, and they're like talking and having conversation, but it's not like, you've seen Sailor Gary wants a Fame Lady Squad collab. I think that there needs to be some kind of
Yes.
Fame Lady Squad spirit of some sort, some kind
That
of
would be
alcohol, like Fame Lady Squad something.
I don't know, but we'll think of
There's something there.
it.
I don't know. There's got to be something awesome. I will. I've got some
That'd
IP
be awesome.
to sell you, Sailor
License.
Gary. Let's do this. License
Either
it on
way, hit me
Midpoint,
up
bro.
though.
License. I've got a few. I'll license you on Midpoint right now. Yeah, let's do it. Some limited collection. Takeover tonic. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's not bad. Fireball
look-
Phoenix.
Ooh. Is Fireball a like a brand thing, or is that
I mean,
let
yeah,
them worry about
Fiery Phoenix. There you go, Fiery Phoenix.
There we go. A Fiery Phoenix. A Fame Lady Squad Fiery Phoenix.
Yes.
I think that works. Guys, get on it. Let's do this. But we have to have you back to talk about that. And guys, we have a few minutes, and there is something, if there's any random questions you guys have for us, Danielle has been not just Fame Lady Squad, but an advisor and been involved with lots of amazing projects. Mr. Suit has also been in the space for a long time. He's very modest about it, but he was involved in all sorts of cool projects pre-NFTs too. And so these guys know a ton. So feel free to throw any questions. But remember, when we're done in a couple minutes, you can go to meet.blockchainbooze.io and hang out with us if you want to throw on your camera and hang with the rest of the community and all that fun stuff. But Matt, what's just like I asked Danielle, anything new with Fame Lady Squad? What's the next few things we have to look forward to on the Midpoint front? So we have the Web3 registry that we just shared. That's more of a community, just goods kind of thing. What's next?
Yeah, so we're building out a platform, which is exciting, making it really easy, automating everything. We have a collab, but Alana, I'd let you defer to you.
So something that we haven't announced for real, because we don't have the dollar amounts and the things like that, but we're going to announce at some point very soon sort of a casting call for LA Blockchain Summit for NFTs. So we'll use a lot of the NFTs, kind of similar to the covers of Boring Stone. We're going to use them on the NFT ticketing for LA Blockchain Summit. And some of them also, it might be a separate campaign we do a casting call for. I'm trying to decide how we do it. But we'll also have, if you noticed, I shared a bunch of pictures and things when I was going around New York with the full life-size Punk Ape Strong. I was thinking about having life-size apes and Fame Ladies and things like that just all over LA Blockchain Summit. You might just walk into a room and, Frankie Fame is just hanging out there. You might see Bored Becky in the corner playing her guitar on the side stage, right? And things like that. And we're going to do sort of casting calls for extras and random fun stuff like that. I had this idea too that I think is kind of cool. Remember in COVID times when there were sporting events and they put fake people in the bleachers to make people feel like there was actually a crowd, to psychologically make the players think it's cool. I thought about randomly in the seats, just having random seats have apes and mutants and Fame Ladies and World of Women just sitting in random seats throughout the conference.
Well, you could even do just a flat piece of cardboard where someone could still sit on the seat if they needed to.
But it would just be fun if you were sitting on stage, you look out and just in between, Danielle and Mr. Suit, there's, Punk Ape Strong, right? It'd be funny. Or you just look into you look into the corner of one of the rooms and you see Jason the Ape just hanging out stoned in the corner, or you can hang out at the bar and have a drink with this guy or something, right? Or This guy's gonna be pouring all the drinks. So
Yeah, at the bar.
Have all of the bartenders wear an outfit that looks like that.
every single bartender needs to be cosplay as Sailor Gary. That would be really funny. But yeah, so we're gonna be sharing stuff like that. So that's gonna be one of the first sort of casting call kind of things on Midpoint, but working on a bunch of also other collaborations and stuff too. Guys, why don't we, Danielle, give everyone your, where to follow you and Fame Lady Squad before we finish up too.
Yeah, so for Fame Lady Squad, Twitter is just fame_ladies, fameladysquad.com. For me, everything's just NFT Ignition, nftignition.com.
Awesome. Yeah, at NFT Ignition. If you guys don't already follow her, you definitely should. I think that's how I got to know you first, is randomly following you on Twitter and checking out the projects you were sharing and all that fun stuff. And same with you, Mr. Suit. I think I found Free Use Apes or something like that, and I was just like, oh shit, we've got to hang out. So it's Mr. MetaMask on Twitter, right?
Yeah, at Mr. MetaMask is my personal, and then we have an at Midpoint MKT for Midpoint Market. Or you could also go to midpoint.market. That's our website. And Mark asked me to say thank you to the 2 people who submitted. We got 2 new submissions to Midpoint Market. So thank you.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So yeah, if you're, I just shared the link in the chat to the Web3 register again. So if you have any additions to that, that's straight up like, it's just there because we were doing the research already, and Mark found an awesome way to share it with everyone. So we thought we would just share it and let everyone add more stuff to it and do all that. Yeah, and go to midpoint.market. You can follow me at Alon Gorin, and you guys already know, and all that fun stuff. Of course, and I'm going to spend the next few minutes once we disconnect, minting some Doge Vodka NFTs at on the Spirit Punks website. So spiritpunks.io. Give some love to our friends at Nifty Spirits. But go to meet.blockchainbooze.io. When I end this in a second, you'll be able to turn on your camera and hang out with the crew if you can. Cheers, everyone. Blockchain Booze number 119. Thank you. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate you guys taking the time, and keep us updated on everything. Cheers.